Hey, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to a special edition of the St. Charles County Correspondent. We're coming to you with some breaking news. Tonight is Friday, December 10th. Sam and I are talking at about 10 p.m. And Sam was doing some on-the-ground reporting in the eye of a tornado almost by accident. Sam, where were you tonight?
No, good to be with you. It's funny to speak with you during the evening. Usually we record our podcast in the morning.
That's
I
right.
work a lot of times, but tonight we thought we would jump on because something we've done a lot of reporting on is the Daniel Boone Candlelight Tour, something for the whole family to attend. It's in Defiance, Missouri. Beautiful. And, me being a good doing my civic duty, I was dressed up in period garb.
That's right. You were a trapper.
I was a trapper from the 1810s. My name was still Sam, and I was basically doing historical interpretation at the Daniel Boone home. Tonight, Friday night, there was a tornado which struck Highway F just a few miles from where the Daniel Boone home was. Is still currently. It wasn't destroyed.
Yeah, the roof of the Daniel Boone home, or none of those historic buildings, none of those were ripped off, right?
Not to my knowledge. I didn't see any
not while you were there.
Down there.
That's good.
But while we were reenacting, the call came down on the walkie-talkies, hey, you got a shelter in place in the basement, like right now. This isn't a drill. This isn't a joke. And so there must have been a couple hundred people on campus. I was closest to the chapel at that time. If you're familiar with the Boone home, you know that there's a chapel just about a tenth of a mile, 500 yards from the actual Daniel Boone home. So we went down there, and there were probably 80 of us. You can look at the video that I took down in the basement, and we were there for a good 90 minutes. That might be a little exaggeration, but it felt like longer, but it was a good hour
because
and a half,
the Daniel Boone home, Sam, it was kind of in the eye of the storm. Tell us what we know about, just preliminarily some of this damage all around that sort of Defiance area.
Yeah, so what we know right now, this is still in the evening. The storm is still going in Illinois as we speak, but the damage that we know is that tornado touched down in Defiance tonight and just south of the Daniel Boone home near Augusta, and it went up over Highway F, crossed the highway, took down power lines with it. There's reports that a home has been completely destroyed off of Highway F. The emergency crews we're seeing on Facebook are still there at 10 o'clock at night. No injury reports that we know of yet. But then it went on north up through the Weldon Spring area, off the ground, of course, at this point, and then into Illinois. But a tornado did touch ground in Defiance tonight near the Daniel Boone.
And I mean, this is weird for December, right? I mean, this is relatively, because what was it? It's been 60 degrees all night, right? So the hot air, the cold air, that's recipe for a tornado.
I think that is. In the past, Noah, for candlelight tours, I wore my long underwear to go out tonight because it's usually 30 degrees.
Wow.
Lots of layers. You're out in the cold all night long for 4 hours. I was hot tonight. And as we were running for the chapel, I was even warmer. But everybody was in good spirits.
Did part of the festivities as planned get to go on at the Daniel Boone home beforehand, or no? Was it pretty much immediately?
Before it was, yeah. It started at 6, so everybody from 6 to about 7:15 were able to enjoy the festivities, and then at 7:15 we went down, and we were down there till almost 9.
Listen, Sam, people, I mean, thousands of folks have been reading this coverage. Some of it was posted directly from you. Some of it you had no cell phone service, really, so you were trying to text me or call me to get it up. But people, they're happy that they're able to get this sort of direct reporting. Were you ever freaked out? Was there ever sort of a fear that maybe this the eye of the storm was about to touch down at the historic Daniel Boone home as you were there?
It's funny you mentioned that. I was never. There was a moment where they're like, "Hey," they mentioned Priscilla's nursery, which is, as you know, like a mile from the Daniel
it's right
Boone
there.
home. Like it touched down right there, and I was like,
"That's spooky."
Surely I would have heard it, and it was a little concerning at that time, but. I know where I'm going, Noah. In the event a tornado takes me up, I feel pretty confident about that. And but it was certainly concerning to be there and just to sort of see the reactions. It's like you're in a Netflix show. People are there, forced against their will. There's no cell phone signal, so
yeah,
it's not
that's
like
right.
People are being comforted.
You said some folks were crying right down there.
Yeah, there were some folks that I saw some tears. And then. Everybody was in good spirits for most of it, but it was pretty concerning. There were some young kids there, young as 3 or 4.
That's scary.
And, you know that they just don't want to be there, and the parents are doing everything they can to be comforting. So, but
it definitely seems like, Sam, you and everyone else at the Daniel Boone home did follow good tornado technique, though, safety technique, to where you went to the basement, you went away from windows. That's what you're supposed to do, right?
That's what we did. And we actually had a choir, since we were in the basement of the chapel. The choir that was singing there tonight, they actually sung a couple of hymns, Silent Night among them. That's up on our Facebook page. You can go see that. It was very sweet, very nice to see them calming the nerves there.
Did it work? Did it chill people out?
It seemed like it did, because there was really only one real way out of the basement, and it was a very tight staircase. If you haven't seen the video,
it's a very Dracula-esque spiral staircase.
Very tight, very tight, and it's not something you can get in and out of fast. So people who are claustrophobic, it certainly was kicking in at that time. But we're just glad that everybody.
Sam, you were the correspondent on the ground. We're lucky to have you. We're lucky that you're safe. Listen, everybody watching this or listening to this, follow the St. Charles County Correspondent. We are going to give you hyper-local news, and sometimes we will be directly on the ground. Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe to our newsletter at sccc.substack.com. Sam, any closing thoughts before we take it away tonight?
No, I'm just very thankful that everybody was safe. Kudos to the Boone Home staff. They did a tremendous job. They were very professional. In the video that I posted, you can see them on the walkie-talkies, on the radio. Our good friend, actually the historian that we bring on the show every month.
He makes a little cameo in the video.
He does. He was in charge of the chapel. He did a tremendous job. Everybody was professional. And in the event of that emergency escalating, I have 100% confidence that it would have been handled the right way.
Well, folks, I'm Noah Brandt. I've been with my good friend Sam Safa, who was on the ground in the eye of the tornado tonight on December 10th. We appreciate you watching this, and please follow us at the St. Charles County Correspondent. Thank you.